Sunday brunch. Sunday brunch.
Hello. Welcome back to Sunday brunch.
The Sunday brunch, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
April
26th.
25th. It's the 25th. 26th on Sunday.
It's Sunday.
I'm eating yogurt. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's fine. Continue.
Welcome back. Yesterday was Maggie Rogers' birthday. Let's clap for that. Maggie Rogers is 26.
An old lady. Good times. What a great woman.
What else is going on? Don't inject yourself with disinfectant.
Yeah. Okay. I've only seen memes about that. I actually haven't seen people considering it. So is it real?
Have you seen how it got started?
No. What?
Donald Trump, the doctors that he always has talk, were talking, and then he goes up and he was like, okay, so I heard we're gonna do some work with the ultraviolet light that kills it, and I know that he's disinfectants kill it in seconds when you disinfect the surface, so is there a way we can just put it in our bodies? And the doctors are like, actually no. It's not how that works. And then the day after, he was like, I was just being sarcastic. And we're like, were you? That wasn't really your tone.
Sounds fake, but okay. Sounds like you were about to inject Lysol, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And that's concerning.
Yeah. A bit concerning.
Oh my God. I can't even, and I feel like that would hurt too.
Mm-hmm.
Chemicals. Injecting anything is probably not a good idea.
Based off that topic, how do you feel about the fact that Colorado's reopening in 5 days?
Is it 5 days?
Yeah, it's May 1st.
Oh, I thought it was May 8th.
Oh, is it May 8th?
Yeah, I think they changed it to May 8th.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what's going on pretty much because I don't leave my house a lot I'm supposed to. I mean, it's up to you can't ask me. I think people going out prematurely to protest is extremely
I think that's
ignorant.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad that's why Denver is getting on the news rather than, but I don't know. I'm not the person to ask. I'm not a scientist. I don't know when it's safe to do so. I don't know the stats specifically. So I kind of just have to take it one day at a time, I feel like.
Yes.
But also, even when they open the state back up, it's not going to be, completely normal.
Yeah.
So, who knows,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, vibe.
I'm supposedly going to get a haircut, but I feel like it'll be, slightly awkward because I'll have, a mask on, and I was like, can you move your elastic so I can get behind you? No.
Well, I wasn't talking to, my parents were talking to a tattoo friend of theirs, Patrick, Patrick.
Let's have him on.
Because they're technically when they open up all the hair stuff, they're opening up tattoo stuff too, but he was like, I don't know what they're going to do because you're with a person for hours at a time, very close proximity. That doesn't seem safe at this point in time. So it's kind of interesting to see what will happen at the same time. It's kind of no one knows what's going on. So who knows? Jared Polis is gotta let us know.
Yeah.
Gotta let us know. All right.
Well.
How about you? How do you feel about it?
I'm a bit concerned that it's a bit too fast.
Yeah.
But I feel like as long as everyone, because people are still going out now to do things, so as long as, and it's not making anything worse, it seems. Yeah. So I think as long as people just do the same things and don't just rip off the mask and say it's all gone now.
I'm not gonna stop wearing a mask for probably the entire summer because I don't trust anybody.
Either
who knows?
Kill yourself or get killed. What?
Jesus Christ, Justin.
Sorry.
Fucking hell. Topical. Oh, by the way, a little news updates. There is a new SNL tonight.
Amazing.
That is my favorite program.
At home SNL.
Oh, I guess not tonight. Yesterday there was a new SNL. So next week we'll let you know how it goes.
Did you see the one where Kate McKinnon and Adie Bryant were like the old ladies on Zoom, and Kate McKinnon's like, I went viral. What a time.
That's us.
Yes. And then her cat was Ruth Bader Ginsburg's personal trainer. Wow. Well, let's talk about Etsy, because we both look at Etsy in our free time. If you're not aware, Etsy is a website that lets people sell things. It's like eBay, but classier.
And I have there's my roots. I have tried to sell on Etsy before. For a while I was doing t-shirts when we had a bunch of them. So Etsy is very like, it can only be handmade or vintage. That's an umbrella kind of thing. So if it's not, so like we would sell like Taylor Swift t-shirts and it's considered not vintage because it wasn't like old enough, but who knows? I think that's where it kind of differs, is it's much more like crafty white person stuff. But what have you been looking at on Etsy?
I only look at vintage stuff on it. Because I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I like how it looks.
For sure.
Yeah. What do you look at?
It depends what hyperfixation I'm in at the time. Yeah, I actually bought things from Etsy like yesterday.
Mood.
I got Harry Styles stickers.
Amazing.
And I got a poster. Generally, looking at my favorites right now, I look at a lot of like stickers. I look at a lot of like a general interest of mine is cameras. I look at a lot of vintage cameras. I really like patches. I look at a lot of that. I look at weirdly enough, a lot of like vintage Barbie clothes. Very niche.
Very niche, but cool.
But that's what I enjoy. It's an interest of mine. Love a good sticker. Like I've said before, I'm kind of like, I'm a collector, so I like little things. But yeah, that's what I've been looking at recently. It's been like stickers and camera stuff.
I'm looking at my favorites. It's lots of vintage shirts.
Yes.
And vintage sunglasses. Vintage sunglasses are my drug of choice. And I also look at like I guess you could say like spiritual type necklaces, like that are just full gemstones. I have a aquamarine necklace from Etsy because it is my birthstone.
Amazing.
And in my favorites, I have an obsidian necklace, and it's going to cleanse and protect your energy. Amazing. And I also have these candles saved because I just thought they were funny. One of them is called Manifestation, Motherfucker.
Holy fuck.
And then one is called Savage as Fuck. And the description is, give yourself the jolt you need to get the fuck up and give the day a swift kick in the tit.
How do you get your leg that high?
I don't know. Maybe life's kind of short. Life is kind of short in the grand scheme of humanity.
That's so deep.
Thank you.
I've also, you've reminded me, I've also been looking at vintage picnic sets. Very niche, but like
that's like cool though. You could do like a photo shoot or just exist with your picnic sets and feel like you're retro.
Love that. And I also like miniatures, like 1x6 scale baguette.
That's very fun.
Love that.
I love that for you.
Thank you. I agree. I feel like I have to stay off of Etsy or else I will like purchase things. Having my own credit card is very dangerous because I'm like, it's fine, it's just $10.
Mood.
And then I say that like 6 times and I'm like, oh my God, why is this happening?
I also look at like vintage jewelry for some reason. Like, not that I would ever even wear it, but I just think it looks cool. Like
No, understandable.
right here I have a $67 crystal opalescent glass Kopachan signed
Jesus.
Firefly designer brooch. I don't know when I would ever wear a brooch, but it's just cool, you know?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And like dangly vintage earrings, those are really
Fuck yeah.
fun. I don't think I would wear those unless I was really like going to the Grammys and wanted to be that guy. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, he wore dangly earrings. I don't know. He made a statement.
Food. Should I buy a Oshkosh Bagosh like vintage railroad train engineer
Why
conductor's
not?
hat? I really like, for some reason, that feels like something that I need in my life. You buy the fun jewelry that's very expensive. I'll buy a train conductor hat.
Okay.
And it'll be fine.
Okay, great.
It'll
Yeah.
be really good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
We are facilitating each other's bad spending habits.
Well, speaking of vintage items, this is on the list. Let's talk about thrift stores. I believe you're more experienced with thrift stores than I am. I have been to one thrift store in my lifetime ever. It was in Boston. I did not buy anything because I was in the midst of debit card fraud and I did not know if I was out of the woods.
Understandable.
But there were definitely things that I would have purchased if I was feeling it. Yes.
So my clothes now, and I understand not everyone can do this, but like the shirt that I'm wearing now and all of my clothes are either thrifted, gifted, or like slow fashion. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy fast fashion just because I find that I've had bad experiences with it in the past. It's one of those things where it's like it capitalizes on the trend so that you, in that moment, you're like, I need that piece because it's trendy right now. But then in like a few months, it's out. It's like, that's not fun. And also super bad quality. So I generally try to do like all of my clothes are secondhand or slow fashion. So I try to go to a thrift store in any city that I'm in. It's just I like what I enjoy doing, because I like the idea of like picking through stuff, you know. So I enjoy that, and I also right now I haven't been able to do it since I've been home, obviously because global pandemic. But when I can, it's just taking like an afternoon and going to like an ARC or something and just really going through stuff. Like on the surface, you're going to be like, what? But you will find stuff like pretty much all the band t-shirts I have, unless I went to their show and bought it there, are thrifted. Like my Big Time Rush shirt is thrifted. Great shirt. This shirt's thrifted. So yeah, that's the basic synopsis though. And we can go, it's just hasn't happened yet. But how do you feel about,
Can you hear my stomach? It's growling like a tiger king.
Oh no. No talking
about Tiger King. What did you ask? I got distracted.
Have you
stores?
Jesus Christ. I would also say like buying clothes online, like on Etsy and stuff. I consider that somewhat thrifting because
I also it's like an online thrift store.
Secondhand, yeah. Like I love I bought clothes off of Etsy during the semester when I was still at school. So yeah, do you enjoy the act of going through stuff and really taking your time to see what everything is and stuff? Because it's the same with record stores. I really like record stores because I can just sit there and just like go through one by one type of thing. But how do you feel about that?
Yes, I enjoy that. like paying attention to the quality and finding nuggets that no one else will ever get to taste. What?
That's a horrible sentence, but I think I understand what you're saying.
I like I'd love to have a home and be like, this is my 1839 fork.
No, I was thinking about that. I agree with that because since, like I said in the last episode of Sunday Brunch, I'm a maximalist. I like collecting things. Yeah. So in my brain, like my ideal house is furnished with stuff that I've like thrifted or found at like outdoor flea markets or big antique shops type of thing. Like I don't want to buy anything new pretty much because I'm fucking crazy. But you know, and I can see you doing that as well. I can see you being very like, everything is mahogany in this house and it's all from Asia.
It's eclectic. Yes.
Well, we'll have to go.
We will. We could film it. It could be a whole episode.
We could do that.
Speaking of old things, thoughts on the Renaissance. That's a discussion topic.
The era,
the Renaissance.
In general?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the Renaissance Fair, and I was like, no. I've never fucking been. Who cares? I think it's good. I'm one of those, I really like that style of painting, of very hyper-realistic, very like soft, very kind of extravagant type of thing. Like, I am also kind of like a pop art lad, but I just like the idea that somebody can be that talented and convey what they want through painting is very crazy to me. So I tend to like go towards more classical paintings in that era than like more modern ones. Love a good Andy Warhol though. So
me too.
You know, how do you feel about the Renaissance?
I don't really know why I put this down as a discussion topic because I'm not very well informed. I liked it in history, I suppose.
Yes.
Let's see what happened?
I mean, the thing with the Renaissance is like, I feel like unless you're an art history student, you don't know that much about it. You know the basics, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know anything about that time period.
It started in Italy.
Ooh.
With the Medici family. Ooh. They ruled Florence for 60 years.
Specific.
You know, we got Leonardo da Vinci in the Renaissance. What a guy. He made a lot of things.
Yes.
Galileo.
Very fun. I enjoyed that. I respect him.
Machiavelli.
What
do you like?
Machiavelli.
Fuck Machiavelli.
I hate Machiavelli. I had to read some. Fuck Machiavelli. No, I like the Mona Lisa. That was the Renaissance, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Did I not tell you that you had to zoom in?
Do you want me to be a guest?
Yes, you can be a guest when we plan it for next week. Or we're ranking U.S. states next week.
You're ranking U.S. states?
Yes, but you have to zoom in. You're impeding in my workspace.
Sorry.
What a time. Amazing.
Anyways.
So fun.
Mona Lisa.
Wow.
Oh, my background for my computer is Venus.
My background on my computer is some unidentified Renaissance paintings. I think I looked up like Norwegian Renaissance paintings because I'm like, you never hear about Norway. Thank you.
That's so niche. What the fuck? They're cool. Share your screen. I want to see it. Wait. Share your screen. Wait. Share the people.
Hang on. Wait. Okay. I'll show the one that I like that isn't covered by tons of documents.
Okay, I respect that.
Share. Share. Desktop 2.
Fuck yeah.
You see it?
Oh, I like that. I love a good landscape. Although I will say I'm more of a people person.
I actually don't remember if this is Norwegian. It might not be, but it's some sort of Renaissance painting. I definitely looked up Norwegian Renaissance paintings. I don't remember if this one is Norwegian. Should I look Should I look it up?
Sure.
You
Why
know how
not?
you can like look up by
Why what?
you can look up paintings. You can
That's
look up
what?
images. You can look
That's
up
called
images.
Google.
Well,
What are we talking about?
wait. Yeah, there. Hang on. Wait. No, you can look on Google. You can on Google Images. You can drag an image into
What
it, and
the
it comes
fuck
up with
is happening?
search
Oh,
results that are
reverse
the image.
search.
Reverse image search.
Jesus Christ! You were like, you can look up images, and I was
More
like, yeah,
filter settings.
Google.
Reverse image search.
Oh my god!
Reverse image
Why
search.
is this happening?
Search reverse10i.com. Why not? Paste, enter image, copy image, get info, get hello.
Chill.
Where'd it go?
Calm down.
Get info.
Oh my god!
Get info. Can I just drag it?
Yeah. I think
Uploading
so.
your image.
Oh my gosh! Whoa! Oh my god!
Dome home interior design. That's what. RenaissanceWallpapers.com. Where? Tell me about.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about it. No.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Middle Ages.
I'm confused. Is that all the information you
Here it
have?
is.
Oh,
Renaissance paintings. Renaissance. That's not it, but it looks the same. So
okay. What?
I don't know. We'll not. We don't care. Also in the Renaissance, Shakespeare.
Oh,
What a guy.
Shakespeare. He sure is. I don't know.
Mona Lisa, Last Supper, Birth of Venus,
The Birth of Venus is my background.
Protestantism.
Ah, yes, the Protestants. I'm Protestant, technically, I think.
I don't know what I am.
You're Justin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my god.
And at the end of the Renaissance, the Enlightenment. Very neat.
That was fun. I remember learning. The Enlightenment. Very neat.
Very cool.
That's very neat. Very cool. Thank
Very
you,
cool.
Renaissance.
Yes. That was good. That was a good time. That was a
Oh my
good
God.
rabbit hole.
That was chaos. Should we hold on?
Oh, I have, when your father Zooms, I have a topic
we could just literally have him Zoom right now.
we could.
We'll just fuck it.
I have a topic that you both could discuss, because I'm not educated on Louisiana or Mardi Gras in any way,
Yes.
and you need to tell me about it.
Okay. Do you like right now?
If we're feeling impulsive.
Okay. Well, let's
Okay.
see here. Let's chat about him. Okay. Here's the thing.
What's the thing?
I've lived in Louisiana a mere 2 months, and I have not done much because I haven't. Like, I've been on the Mississippi in a ferry boat, jazz brunch. I did do Mardi Gras, but my dad was born there, so he has like he was at the Protestant home for babies.
Amazing.
So he knows.
Throwing it back to the Renaissance.
Throwing it back to the Renaissance.
It all ties in.
Protestant home for babies.
Protestant home for babies.
I can tell you very basic stuff. Like, I've been to the World War II Museum. It's very good. Highly recommended. I can tell you like weird facts.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that it's humid as all hell.
What's the vibe?
What's
the vibe? Because like for me, I would describe Boston's vibe as halfway between Denver and New York, in that it is chaotic, but it's not as chaotic, and it's still somewhat chill. That was a really good description.
That was good.
Thank you
that
so
makes
much.
me want to visit Boston because I like both Denver and New York. I would say it's hard to say. It really depends where you are in the city, specifically in New Orleans. I haven't been to a lot. I've been to Baton Rouge, but that was a few years ago. But it's hard to say. So my campus at school is uptown. Uptown girl. Yes.
Yeah.
Is living in an town world. So it's a much different vibe from like downtown. Downtown is downtown, very touristy downtown. Uptown is more, it's where like all the kind of like hipster spots are, like where you go and there's like, cafes, like really expensive clothing stores that nobody can afford, that type of thing. But I really haven't, like, I wasn't there very long. I didn't go off campus a lot just because I was in school all the time, obviously, which is something I'm working on, is to kind of like experience more. But it's fine so far. The vibe's good. Hopefully the vibe continues to be that way. It is really humid, I'll say that. Like almost to the point where if you breathe at certain points, it's like, like just feels like you're swimming. But yeah,
wild.
Yeah, what about Boston? I in my brain, this is how I think of Boston.
Okay.
Like always covered in snow, extremely cold. Everybody's like macaques.
Macaques.
Khakis.
For me,
Red Sox.
I mean, it snowed like 2 times and it was very minimal. It was like the East Coast does get the bad snows. It did not happen this year.
Very nice.
It was very cold because of the humidity. At night, your teeth are chattering. And then as far as the accent of Boston, I feel like I'm around predominantly people not from Boston. Therefore, I'm not around many people who speak with a proper Boston accent.
How many is most of Berklee out-of-state kids then?
Yes, there's a lot of, there's a lot of out-of-state people, but even then there's a lot of people from the East Coast, so it's not like they're from far away. But then there are a lot of people from the West Coast, and then there's people from the middle, like me.
So everyone.
There's a lot of everyone, and then also like the second after America, the next largest or the next most represented country is China, I believe.
Interesting.
And there's lots of I feel like I've heard lots of like South American languages. Is that a thing? Or is it just Spanish? I'm so dumb.
No, there's numerous.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's like I hear there's lots of people that I've seen from South America. Then I have not interacted with many people. It seems like predominantly like, I don't really know what I'm getting across. What did you ask?
Is it mainly out of state kids?
I think so.
Okay.
There's a few people I've met that are from Massachusetts, but even they don't have like a strong accent.
Of course.
Yeah.
Good.
You know what?
Good to know.
I respect Kurt, and I think he needs a full episode dedicated to him.
Okay.
I think because we still need to do Conspiracy Corner and review something, and we could probably fit in a few other smaller topics too. I think we can do a whole episode where we talk to him about ranking U.S. states, a history lesson, more make up a presidential campaign. Louisiana, though, it'll be a whole time.
Well, if he comes in,
his life experience,
let me know, because I sent him the link because I thought it was funny.
We can do that if he comes in.
I'm not expecting him to come in though, because he hasn't responded. I don't trust that he will.
I don't trust.
So let's conspiracy corner. Anything conspiracy we feel corner. In
conspiracy corner.
It's conspiracy corner.
We need to have like a jingle for conspiracy.
I'm gonna make
corner.
one.
Okay.
I'm gonna get on that.
It's a
Um,
conspiracy.
well,
It's like
last
the
week-
Monster Mash.
Yeah.
It's a conspiracy. Conspiracy. Continue.
Well, we talked about DIA last week.
Yes.
What should we discuss this time?
Have we already? I feel like we've spoken about the Illuminati. Have we?
Slightly.
Let's dive deeper into that. We're getting like really like super baseline type of thing. But
Are we gonna be on a watch list?
Yes, hopefully. Jesus Christ. I personally don't believe that celebrities have the time to run the world, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce got a life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She do have that.
She do
though.
be having a life though. I guess my thought is that if there is a government in charge of everything that we just don't know about, I don't think it would be pop singers. I think it would be people that we don't even know that they exist.
I agree with that. I do have a feeling that a lot of like really, really powerful people are involved in things that we don't know about, which has been illustrated by recent events such as Jeffrey Epstein. But I agree with that. I don't think it's like Eminem.
Yeah.
Eminem just wants to rap. He's just a white boy who wants to rap. You know what I'm saying?
People always, it's even dying down. It seems like people analyzing music videos and being like, here's the Satan symbolism. I feel like that's either a coincidence or it's people playing into the conspiracy theory to get more views. Or that's just their religion of choice.
Yeah. Vibes. Yeah. I
love that. And there was a real Illuminati.
Yes, there was.
In like the 1800s.
Amazing.
Was it the Renaissance?
No.
Don't tell me it was the Renaissance.
It wasn't. It was more recent than that. Because it was like in the United States, wasn't it? Or maybe it was England.
It was in...
No, I like specifically remember
it was the 15th century.
That's what I thought. It wasn't.
Okay, that was not quite the Renaissance.
Okay, it was 1700s. It says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
16th.
That's not the same thing at all.
18th century. I don't know what's going on. 1776 in Germany, actually.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay. What about? What's the Skull and Bones Society? That sounds fun.
It's like, sign me up. Sounds badass. I'm just
the Brotherhood of Death is an undergraduate senior secret student society at Yale University in Connecticut. That sounds fucking tight.
I don't think this is the same one, but there's like a fraternity that lots of presidents were in that was like low-key occult.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I don't know what it was called though, but I have heard about that.
Yes.
Wow, that's
wild times.
That's amazing.
This is not as much a conspiracy, but just a fun fact is that I found out that the music industry is like 75% run by Berklee graduates. Actually, that could just be something I heard. Though. It does kind of make sense, but I have not done the research, but supposedly that's a fact.
Well, that makes sense. If you have Berklee being like the top of the top for like all these things that you need to have done, it makes sense because everybody's always going to need like a sound engineer, you know, like it doesn't run without the kids from Berklee. So that makes sense to me. Also, you guys are like, Charlie, it's not just kids being like, let's go make music.
Yeah.
It's kids who are like, this is my career.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can imagine you being a stand-up comedian and being like coming out on stage and they're like, Justin, and you're like, yee.
I thought of a really funny stand-up joke.
Oh no, what is it? Give it to me. I'll be the
I'd
crowd.
be like, well, let me think I need to figure out how to set it up.
Boo. Tell some jokes.
Wait, be like, you're like, my zodiac sign's a Pisces and my ex-wife's zodiac sign was asshole.
What?
It's good.
No.
It's good because it's bad.
What the fuck was that? Oh, it made me cry. I think it's funny because it's you and there's a lot of layers to that. Like on its own, if it wasn't for that delivery, it being you, that would, oh gosh.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked if it was like, you know, John Mulaney. Maybe it would have. John Mulaney could pull it off.
No, John Mulaney loves his wife too much.
Well, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I suppose.
Stay in your lane.
Oh, what about, you found a harmonica?
Yes.
Amazing.
This would be how my stand-up routine would go. And that's on music. Who needs Berklee when you have
What was that?
Who needs Berklee when you have a harmonica?
But what was the song for? You said this would be
just a little ditty.
A little ditty. It could be the Conspiracy Corner song.
Conspiracy Corner. That's I think that's the beginning to "Love Me Do" by the Beatles. So I don't want to get like copyright. We're like Conspiracy Corner. That's a conspiracy we'll talk about next week. The Paul is dead conspiracy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I love that conspiracy.
Amazing.
I love that what it insinuates. I love what it stands for. It's so good. All right. Anything else we need to get to? Do we want to review something?
Yeah, I picked last time, so what you get to decide.
Did? What did you pick?
I was having a hard time, so you just shoved candles in my mouth.
I picked.
You low-key picked, but it was technically supposed to be my turn.
Do you want to pick?
Sure. Here we go. Let's review types of recent dogs we've had in our lives.
Fuck does that mean?
Dogs.
Oh, okay. I was
dogs,
like, what?
Dogs we've come across as of late.
Okay. I'm excited for this.
I have a few dogs I've come across.
Yes.
Yesterday on a walk, I saw a very fluffy blonde chow chow.
I would die.
It was so good.
I would die for that dog.
The owner was like foreign. He was like, because Meg was like, I want to hug it. And he goes, he would not understand. He would think you were aggressive. Anyway, he was a good dog, though. And then there's another dog that's like, I think a bit of a yellow lab. I'm not quite sure what breed. It looks like a yellow lab, but kind of too small. But it's it just kind of roams the neighborhood sometimes. Hopefully it's okay. I think we know who its owners are, but amazing.
Yeah, love that.
And not related to dogs, but we also have an orange cat that lays on our driveway sometimes.
It's what we deserve.
It is what we deserve.
Very nice. Good review.
Conclusion, 10 out of 10 good boys.
Hell yeah. I've genuinely only seen my dog for the past month and a half, maybe.
How would you rate her?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
She's the love of my life.
What a gal.
I would die for her. She's baby. She's not very cuddly, which sucks because I'm always up in her grill, love me. And she's like, can you please chill? But I love her so much. She's and I'm not biased. Well, I am biased, but I genuinely think she's one of the cutest dogs ever. Ever. Ever.
She's very good.
She's very good. 10 out of 10,
Mhm.
I'd say.
Yeah,
That's good. Good
that was good.
topic. I
Good
love a
time.
good dog.
Me too.
Anything else you want
Great
to add,
dog.
Justin?
Oh, this is a really random fact. Do you know who Jay Sean is? Jay Sean.
I feel like vaguely.
Let me make sure
maybe?
that's what his name is.
Jay Sean. That's
Jay
it.
Sean.
I'm excited for this fact.
Jay Sean. Jay Sean.
Jay Sean.
Musician band. He has 516,000 Instagram followers. Is that what he looks like? Jay Sean. Jay Sean.
Okay,
I'm not
I don't
familiar
know who
with
that
his
is.
work, but
what
but
are we trying to say?
he looked at my Instagram story.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I don't know what to say to this.
Well, he looked at May's first, and then mine was on hers, and then he came and looked at mine. So in conclusion, I bet I'm opening for him. I'm just kidding. No,
Wow.
that just is a random fact. Who has looked at your Instagram story?
Who's looked at my Instagram?
Yeah, anyone fancy, out of character? Anyone weird? Anyone unexpected? Anyone mysterious?
Well, I know that sometimes people just come and watch stories, but I'm always like not expecting people who don't follow me to see that. So it's never been it's never been anyone crazy like holy shit, Justin Bieber just viewed my story for no reason. But sometimes I'll get people who I'm like, I don't recognize this person. I don't know who this person is. How did you find me? Type of thing. But no, nothing like Jay Sean, guys.
Amazing. I mean, it's just Jay Sean.
It's just Jay Sean.
He's like, I don't really. I'm not sure what he's. I don't know what he's famous for. Jay Sean.
Is he famous?
Top songs. He has. Oh, okay. He has a song with Nicki Minaj.
Oh, exciting! Like what? Any songs that we would know?
Ain't the End. And then he has With You featuring Gucci Mane and Asian Doll. And he has Down featuring Lil Wayne. I mean, I'm not much of a hip hop listener, so I don't necessarily know any of these songs.
My brother perhaps knows who he is, but I don't know who he is.
So, baby, don't worry. You were my only. You will be lonely. Okay.
No way!
Yeah.
That's such a bop!
Okay. You do know who it is. Amazing.
Baby, are you down?
Baby, don't worry. Yeah.
Down.
Amazing.
Even if the sky is falling. Oh my God, Jay Sean!
Wait, hang on.
That's such a bop!
Let me go back to that song because I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna cry.
Hang on. Jay Sean.
That's so exciting. Okay, now that I know who this person is, I'm very excited. Jay Sean.
I have to look up who produced that song. Hang on. Jay Sean. Down. Wikipedia. Producer. Okay, not. Something he did. The Berklee College of Music songwriting assistant chair was the producer. He did like the remix of Toxic by Britney Spears. He's done some stuff. But we think
who gives a fuck? He's the singer of Down.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
I can't. That's such a bop. No lie. That's like quite honestly the best song of like the early 2000s. I'm not gonna lie to
Amazing.
you. Oh my god,
I believe it.
I'm literally crying right now.
Mood.
What a bop!
We went
That's
from
crazy.
you saying, "Oh," to "No way."
Cool. Because like honestly, like if you would have played that song to me like down, I would know exactly what the song is. I have no idea who sang it.
Mood.
Like who like, but that's cool. I want.
Yeah.
Is he a Berklee kid? Like why
No,
is
but
he...
he's like, I think he's friends with one of the teachers, the assistant chair guy, and May has been showing him a lot of like songs, and maybe he looked at her story, and I don't know.
I'm crying.
I think that's the connection.
Sean.
Amazing.
God, that's exciting. Okay, well now I know like a face to the name to
amazing.
The experience. Wow, that's
I mean, I still don't really know who he is, but if you say it's a certified bop, it's a certified bop.
That's a certified bop. No lie. Certified bop.
Certified bop.
Good times. All
Good
right.
times,
Well,
good times.
that's a good way to end this. I
That
think.
is a good way.
God bless Jay Sean, man.
God bless Jay
I
Sean.
salute Jay Sean.
Mood.
Bop of the century. Hopefully he checks in again. Check in on us, Jay Sean.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe he should watch this.
Maybe he should. I don't think he'd like it very much.
I think he would. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know who Jay Sean is as a person.
Mood.
So, well, it was fun talking to you, Justin.
It was fun talking to you too.
Niche and obscure topics.
Very fun.
And thank you to the listeners, which pretty much consist of May.
Make sure you comment down below what you had for brunch.
Yes, and next time, pour a mimosa brunch along with us.
Oh my God, we didn't even say that.
That's okay.
Oh my God.
We will next time. We're still learning.
We are still learning. Baby's first podcast, baby's first mistake. Amazing.
That makes it sound like the baby had a baby and it was a mistake. Okay, we should end this.
We should.
Bye. See you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday. Let's do a dance for the outro music. See you next time for some Sunday brunch.